I put them in their live stream. Oh my god, bro! So good, you know what? This game's trash, bro!
This season, but we'll just have to wait and see. We have a lot of different SMGs in the game right now, so let's see what happens. Number 10, unreleased skins. Like them or not, skins are one of the biggest parts of Fortnite outside of the, gameplay itself. You'd be surprised at how many skins have been created yet never actually released. In Fortnite Season 5, a new skin was added to the files named K-pop. Honestly, it was a pretty weird skin that had a guy wearing a hoodie with dragon wings on it. Yeah, in Season 6, this skin was completely removed from the files, and it wasn't until a few months later that the skin would be re-added to the game and then released. This time, though, completely different than the original. As we all know now, it's the iconic skin. Other outfits that we're still waiting to release are those like Oro, Airhead, and even new default skins. I'm not really sure why Oro never released. I mean, he seems to be perfect for the gold theme that we have with this season, so maybe he'll show up sometime later. For now, mom's credit card saved.
Aww, it was a high five. Too bad I'll be on my phone.
Many new mechanics added to the game were explodable gas stations. This was an idea that players had talked about for years, so it was pretty cool to see Epic finally bring it to the game. Around the same time as this new mechanic, an ammo type named Petrol was added to the battle royale files. If you don't know, it's pretty much gas. Some vehicles like planes that people were getting in counter on them, which means Epic were definitely going to add this new mechanic to vehicles, but for some reason they changed their mind last minute. And again, we have like one vehicle on the island right now, and it doesn't exactly need nerfing.
Christmas? What was a Christmas spider? You have a...
Number 8, special packs. One item type which hasn't actually been released in Fortnite is called packs. Because these are unreleased, we're not exactly sure how they
No way, bro! Oh my god.
The intel pack sounds like it could be some sort of radar feature that would let you find your enemies more easily on the map. It's very possible that
I'm so mad now.
shakedown mechanic that was added in Season 2. Another one of these items was called the medic pack, and it's something this would have given you an advantage in
Oh! Oh my god, I'm dead. Oh! Oh! Please, rest him, please. I swear. Oh! 25 or 200 IQ.
Looking back,
Oh,
come
God.
into the game at a later date, or maybe that was a code name for the yacht. Epic is known to make things for Fortnite way ahead of release, but it's also possible that these ideas were scrapped and we'll never actually see them. Only time will tell. Number 4, the Eye of the Storm.
Yeah, we ain't dropping there, boys. Cause you know,
A mysterious item named the Eye of the Storm Tracker was added to the game with, like, no explanation. Like, I'm not joking. It literally just dropped into people's matches. This item attached to the player's back, just as a back bling would, but it allowed you to see where the next 2 storm circles would be, instead of just one. The interesting part about this is that 99% of players didn't even get a chance to try it because it was removed from the game just 30 minutes after Epic accidentally released it. Now, Epic actually responded to the community about this and said the Storm Tracker was an idea that was being tested for one of those backpacks. It was not intended to make it into the version 4.2 content update, and we can't promise this will ever officially be released. And considering it came out 2 years ago...
And you're not. Oh my God, bro. Are you serious, bro? Are you really serious?
But Mayhem made its way to Fortnite.
Oh my God.
Borderlands crossover from the game's files. Obviously, some version of the
Bro, I'm so bad.
it was gonna let players throw their own version of Pandora at enemies. Basically, just a reskin Fortnite, but in the end, it was never added.
I'm so bad.
Especially now we're getting creative ones like Search and Destroy. But what about LTMs that never came out? When Wreck-It Ralph Second Movie came out, Epic Games franchise, which gave us the free Hot Merit emote. I totally pronounced it. But anyways, it also
No, don't shake him. Don't shake him.
although that's about it, because even though it was LTM, sadly it was scrapped and will likely never see again. Just like
I know ammo.
which we have literally no details on, so feel free to guess in the comments. Number 1, the Victory Royale signs. When Fortnite's iconic Victory Royale screen was changed in Season 5, many players were worried that it wouldn't have By now, I think we can all agree that it was a great change, especially with that awesome slow-mo. I mean, like, it just gives you so much hype when you win. But while we're all used to the current Victory Royale sign, there are a few designs out there which Epic we're gonna go with. Most of them are only a little different than the one we have now, but there's the occasional interesting one. Like this banner, which seems to be based on the 80s Miami style. I absolutely love it. Maybe it'll come out eventually. Anyways, I can't believe Fortnite Season 2 storyline was hidden from everyone. You gotta click on screen right now to watch it. Fortnite Season 2 is here, and the amount of secrets I've learned in the past week will literally blow you away. Epic Games have done an incredible job of hiding the secret storyline in Fortnite, and unless you really take a magnifying glass to it like we have, you won't be able to piece it together. Okay, so a lot of this won't make sense. Here's my version of the Chapter 2 story in less than a minute. Start the timer. Old Fortnite map goes kaboom, and so these people called the Visitors, who accidentally made it blow up because they messed with something called the Zero Point, find out someone else in a different dimension has been messing with the same thing. They send this forward scout team we know as Ego to investigate, and they find out there's an evil group called Vulture who is controlling the island and doing all these experiments. Turns out it's actually evil versions of the scout team. All-out war breaks out. The head of Vulture is this mastermind called Chaos Agent, where we don't know much about him besides seeing him in with some very interesting plans. He wants control of the Zero Point and the island. Ego doesn't want him to have that. That's pretty much the entire story in less than a minute. Now that you're caught up, it's time for me to let you in on everything and explain it all. There's a lot. I really need your help. There are 2 roads that Epic are taking with Chapter 2 storyline, and it's best if I try to explain both, because the storyline is something we as a community have to figure out together. Just please do me one favor, make sure you watch both approaches before commenting, because you might be able to see something here that I and everybody else in the Fortnite community haven't. Here's Theory 1 of the Fortnite Season 2 storyline explained. To understand the story and where it's going and the bigger picture, the best approach that lets me explain it clearly is asking and answering my own questions. We must start by asking, what exactly is the agency? Throughout the days leading up to Season 2's launch, posters all around the world began appearing with a golden handprint as well as numbers to call in order to be activated and recruited as a top-secret agent.
Bro, I suck at aiming.
Well, a mysterious organization called the Agency. Our first
Hello.
is actually a
I suck at aiming, so let me kill you. Bada bing. Bada boom.
Battle Pass skins.
How?
What exactly is happening in this war? They haven't yet picked a side in the ongoing war on the island between Ghost and Shadow, but as the battle gets closer each day, eventually each agent will have to choose. In the Battle Pass tab, you're able to select which
No.
organization...
Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
You can't reverse that decision once it's made.
Bada bing. Bada boom.
Twitter account, the agency's interest
How?
is taking back the island. So when we ask what exactly the agency might be, our first theory is that it's Fortnite's version of the FBI. That's kind of the easiest way to explain it so it makes sense, but what exactly are the agencies?
Yeah, that did not happen.
The island for themselves? What's so important about the island, and why are there so many people trying to...
Dang, bro, I suck at aiming. Oh my god, he was at 3 HP.
Now we have to establish how the agency even got to the island in the first place. We know Ghost was sent to the island in Season 1 by the Seven in order to
So bad, guys.
and make sure that Chaos Agent was up to no good, and we know that Alter was already on the map. So where has the agency come from? During the end of Season 1, on the center island, some furniture began turning gold out of nowhere, and over time the whole interior kept turning gold. At the time, we assumed this was because the leaked Oro gold skin was living there, but looking back, it actually makes a lot more sense. The best guess is that this house actually belonged to Midas, the Tier 100 Season 2 skin. Everything Midas touches turns to gold, so it makes sense that he lived here, but there's more than that you probably didn't recognize. On the golden toilet, you could find a ghost document, which meant Midas was reading and learning all about Ego and its intel. You already know the answer to this, but what happens if you go to the center island in Season 2 now? It's not there anymore. Instead, it's the official headquarters of, you guessed it, Ego or Ghost. Just for clarification, Ghost and Ego are the same thing, so from here on out, I'll just be saying Ghost. It's no coincidence that the agency is on the same island that this house was. So we're assuming Ghost built their new headquarters on Midas's old house, but where did the agency itself come from? It's possible that Midas is underneath the building in the hideout, forming a team of secret agents, aka the Battle Pass skins, who are monitoring both Ghost and Shadow. That leads us to what exactly is the agency's mission? If Midas already lived on the island and Ghost approached him to build their headquarters on his land, maybe he got suspicious of them and wanted to see what's happening. Maybe the agency already existed on the island and they have been lurking in the shadows the entire time, wondering and learning about these two forces that are fighting. We know that Chaos Agent, who is the mastermind behind Shadow, was tinkering with the 0 points energy as well as Kevin the Cube, considering he actually owns Steamy Stacks. Obviously, the visitors could not allow this to happen and restart the loop they worked so hard to destroy, so they sent Ghost down there to stop their plans. Because the agency may lurk in the shadows, they likely just want to keep it that way, and with Ghost and Shadow fighting over control of the island, the agency's mission is just to stop them from destroying it completely, which, you know, already happened. Been there, done that, that's why you're able to pick a side, because the agency's decision is player by player. This is one version of events which pretty much shines a beam on what the live event of this season will be, and I'll talk about that after we look at the second version of what could be happening, and that is Storyline 2. Okay, so our second version of events that's possible is actually that the agency is an organization built up from multiple different dimensions. We're familiar with their forward scouting team, Ego, as well as Alter. However, it's possible they are actually the same as Ghost and Shadow. Let's get into that. With both theories, everything we talked about in Season 1 was true. These are two organizations that have these same exact people, but are just from different dimensions. One side is trying to open the vault and take control of the island, while the other is trying to prevent it. But with the second theory, we're going to assume that there are actually two versions of the agency. I know, that's confusing. Let me explain everything. There's a Ghost version of the agency and a Shadow version of the agency. It's confirmed that Ego and Alter are the exact same from different dimensions, but what if the agency is also from different dimensions, and that's why you have the same skins, but once again, they're the exact opposites? Essentially, the Season 1 skins belong to Alter and Ego. That's what teams are on. Notice how we don't see them at all in Season 2 storyline promotions? That's because Ghost and Shadow are actually an entirely different team of people, but in the same organization, the agency. Ghost is Ego's version of the agency, while Shadow could be Alter's version. There are some plot holes in this theory, such as where did the agencies come from, and why are we just seeing them appear now? No theory is perfect, and we'd love to hear what you think, especially if it's a really solid story idea. Make sure you follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Top5GamingX. Here's one big plot hole that I have with Theory 1 though. It doesn't make sense that you could already find Midas at the normal agency in the map where he's one of the bosses if you could also choose him as a selectable style for him to be a part of Shadow. Unless there's two versions of him, which isn't so far-fetched after everything I just explained. But what does this actually mean for the future of the storyline in Season 2 itself? We've got these theories and ideas, but at the end of the day, it's leading to something big, and I have a really strong feeling I think I know what it is. The future of Season 2. The more than likely theory for how the season will play out will be us deciding who to fight for in the war between Ghost and Shadow. Which agency do we want to play as? There's a computer in the Battle Pass room which says coming soon and has the logos for Ghost and Shadow versus each other. It's literally right in front of us. It's possible that some kind of event where players have to choose who wins is going to happen in the future. Similar to when we pick sides for the final showdown with Team Monster and Team Robot, although the outcome of this upcoming event might actually be decided by which team has the most members or something even cooler. So of course, I think the players will definitely determine who wins, but the method on how they do it will definitely surprise you. Do you think it'll be like the unvaulting event from Season 7 last year where we choose, or do you think this might tie into some kind of bigger picture? What if there was a big 50v50 live event where it's Ghost vs Shadow, and whoever gets the most eliminations or wins in a certain amount of time will prevail and the story will follow that path? Would you believe me if I told you there's an actual leaked Faction Wars LTM in the game files that's planning on releasing soon? Call me crazy, but some kind of route where the player's own performance decides the future of the game makes sense. In fact, Epic said it themselves in the Battle Pass trailer. They mentioned that which side you choose for each agent will quote-unquote change the fate of the island forever. Not only that, but the official Xbox description for Fortnite Season 2 is, you've been activated, play as a spy, and join the forces of Ghost or Shadow to secure intel, sabotage rival agents, and take back the island. The agency is calling, will you join the fight? Lots of hints point directly to the second theory being true, and yet we have no idea. We have to wait for more proof and information from Fortnite themselves before we can be 100% certain what's going on with the storyline right now in Season 2. However, we have our first update. There is a loading screen for the Week 1 challenges, and we all love a good loading screen. I mean, especially with last season, we pretty much relied entirely on them for the story. This is the screen for Week 1. At first glance, it seems like nothing, but then you can explore everything inside of this loading screen and pick out some very important elements. Firstly, the analyzing part is likely someone looking at Agent Meowscles' DNA to try and find out what exactly he is. I mean, yes, he's a cat-human hybrid, but what if he's more than meets the eye? You could also spot some kind of radar which picks up quite a few dots on there. Who knows what they're tracking? It could be fellow secret agents or loot, kind of like when you interrogate a henchman in the game. Looking in the bottom right of the loading screen, you could spot an interesting triangle of locations on the Fortnite island. These are Pleasant Park, Dirty Docks, and somewhere between Slurpy Swamp and Misty Meadows. Now, either they are pointing out these locations as the next targets for building headquarters, or they're showing off a triangle. Mainly, we're thinking future map changes being hinted here. For example, if you look at one of the original Season 2 teaser images, you could actually spot a pyramid POI in the background. It's very subtle, but once you see it, you can't miss it. Where is this pyramid? We haven't seen it once in game, so I think we'll either see Ghost or Shadow take over one of these three locations on the loading screen and then build a new POI there with more henchmen. The pyramid POI would be at the very top of the list that could come soon. But finally in this loading screen, we come to the most interesting one of all, a secret skin. No, it's not Deadpool. We don't know what this skin is gonna be or when it'll show its face in the item shop or battle pass, but all we do know is that it looks like this, and I'm fairly sure it's some kind of alternate version of Lynx. We now know from the Meowscles loading screen as well as the opening cinematic that Lynx is a member of the agency, which means she has alternate versions of herself on the Chapter 2 island. This skin is likely one of those alternate versions. When will we see it? Probably soon. That brings us to the final question of this whole thing. It's great talking about what exactly might be happening in Season 2 and where the storyline has arrived, but we can't really forget about Season 1's whole story, can we? What exactly happened to Chaos Agent and his massive army of evil sludges? It's a great question, and it might remain unanswered for most, if not all, of this season. If Ego and Alter are being shoved into the background with Ghost and Shadow brought to the front, it could almost certainly mean that Chaos Agent and his team of few soldiers will be making a move soon. Things are uncertain, but all will make sense soon. Click on screen, watch this video right now. If not, get 10 years of bad luck.
The Fortnite community has been hard at work scavenging leaks, and this has got to be the most exciting Fortnite release that we we've seen in a while. With helicopters, a Travis Scott event, and a secret gun? Oh my god! That's a lot of leaks.
Good job, wow.
You gotta watch all the way to the end to see what's in store in these next coming weeks. It's gonna be pretty epic. Get it? Because
Gamers.
did you see that? Just a few moments is all it takes for you to miss out on all of the new content. The skins in the shop right now are mint, so slam code T5G into your item shop before purchasing. Also, comment your epic username because for 3 million subscribers, we are giving away a ton of V-Bucks codes so you guys can get the Battle Pass and all of those new skins on it. We got too many V-Bucks to count. All you gotta do is subscribe and leave your epic username. Number 10. Travis Scott. One of the most interesting and probably the biggest leaks on this list is confirmation that we will officially, in the future, be getting one of the craziest crossovers in a while. Fortnite is collaborating with so many famous people right now, including Major Lazer, Michael Jordan, and my personal favorite, Marshmallow. Marshmallow was just really special because nothing like it had ever been done before. So when I tell you that files for an upcoming Travis Scott crossover have been found, it's pretty exciting. Leakers were looking through the file, which lists every single cosmetic set in the game. And they discovered a set that hasn't been spotted in Fortnite. Of course.
Can't see. Oh my god.